Christine from christine-gilmartin.com. Just back from my work. Have shifts this week, so that's good, so there's more money for my advertising budget. But I just wanted to shoot this quick video on appreciation and how it's so important to appreciate the good things in your life, because the more things you appreciate, then that you attract more into your life to appreciate them. So I was out to lunch last week with my sister, and we were talking about films and music, and then all of a sudden I remembered I used to really be into opera music, and I loved opera. I used to go to the opera. And then we were talking about films and the way they end and how they make you feel good or they make you feel really bad. And my sister was saying that we were talking about my dogs, Tiber and Tosca. And I thought, when I get my next dog, I thought, what name could I get? Would I call another dog the same as I called my first dog? And my sister says, no, you won't want to do that, because you compare Tiber to the dog that you just get. So we were talking about that, and we're talking about how I came about the name of Tiber. Now, I love Rome. I've loved Rome since I was in my 20s, and I go there often. So I found, I was looking at a book before I got Tiber, and I thought, what can I call my beautiful long-haired German Shepherd? I had this picture of this beautiful dog in my head. Then I was going through this little pocket book that I got from a travel agent, and I looked at it and it had Tiber. I thought, that sounds a really cool name for a beautiful long-haired German Shepherd, who I hadn't seen at the moment. I hadn't seen at that time. So that was it. Tiber was born, and I called him Tiber, and I had Tiber for nearly 14 years. So getting back to the point of what I was telling you about appreciation, they were talking about, we made the connection, obviously, that's why I called Tiber after a river in Rome, and then Maria was talking about music, and then how we came about the conversation, I can't honestly remember. We were talking about Godfather 3, and if any of you ever seen Godfather 3, I thought it was the best Godfather film out of 1, 2 and 3. I liked Godfather 3 followed by 1, and I wasn't all keen on Godfather 2, but Godfather 3, loved it because of the music. Now, the music they have in it is La Cavaliera Rusticana, which is a Sicilian opera, and that was what they played towards the end of the Godfather film. Now, the end of it is really, really sad, and I cried like a baby. But I love Italy, and I love Sicily, and I've been there many, many times. And it's funny that life just gets in the way that you kind of forget that. So, and I thought, no, I've got The Godfather on DVD. So I thought, I'm going to go and dig the DVD out and play it. Then I went onto YouTube, and I got La Cavaliera Rusticana, and I listened to that while I was writing my blog posts. So, and I really appreciate that. But it was funny just having a conversation with my sister how this all came about. So, appreciating things in your life. Now, that wasn't for me. 5 years ago, I was appreciating absolutely diddly squat, because I was on the verge of absolutely losing everything I had, and I did. But when you're like that, it's hard to get up the Yankee Doodle Dandy and life is great and I appreciate everything, because you don't when you're really down in the doldrums. So, and that was part of the reason I think why I lost everything, because of the way I was feeling, and I couldn't see a way out. I can't see it now. I couldn't see it at the time. So, when you're getting like that, you have to change your thoughts. You have to change to things that are going to make you feel better, instead of thinking what's going wrong, because sure as eggs are eggs, you start to think of one thing that's going wrong, then all of a sudden another thing will go wrong, and another thing will go wrong. And I don't know if you're familiar with the phrase, oh, it always happens in threes. And it's absolute rubbish. If that's the way you're thinking, that's the way it's going to happen. So appreciate little things in your life, like your health. I am so appreciative of my health, because my sister Maria, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 7 or 8 years ago. And she could have listened to what they were saying, but she chose not to listen to what they said. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should do what Maria did, but I really respect Maria for what she's done, because she turned her back on the medical profession that just wanted to put her full of drugs and all the rest of it, and she doesn't want that. So she's walked against the crowd. Maria is very, very healthy. She looks amazing. She has work, she drives, she walks, she does everything. Now, had she gone the other way, she'd have been another statistic in the pharmaceutical industry. So she didn't want that. So I'm really proud of her. So that made me think of my health. And I now do my multi-gym as part of my 90-day challenge. And I now do 18 sit-ups a day. And that's big for me, believe you me. But it's just appreciating all these little things. So that's what you need to do if you're not doing it already, because the more you appreciate, the more you'll attract into your life. I appreciate just about everything in my life, because instead of seeing all the bad, I always see the good. And it's hard to start at first because we've all been programmed to see the worst in things rather than the good in things. But it takes a bit of time to change your thinking. You can do it, it's just a habit. And I say, if you start thinking negatively, then just check yourself. Like, come on, think of something positive, or put on a piece of music like you love. Bob Proctor says that in The Secret. Put on some music that will cheer you up. Just change the way you think as soon as, because if you don't, you'll end up attracting all these negative things, and then it will come a bit like a bus. They all come at once, and you don't want that. So that's my little thought for today. I hope this video finds you well. This is Christine of Christine-Gilmartin.com. And I will speak to you later, okay? Cheers then. Bye.